Hi there, it's me Liberalia, and I'm just here to show you a new feature that I have built for Wan GP, a really good bit of software by DeepBeepMeep. And I'm really thinking, something's going on with mine. Why does it say Wantastic version beta 1? I'll introduce you to that project in a moment. It's very ambitious, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a more autistic friendly fork of this software for, shall I say, the autistic users and the users that have more learning difficulties, let me just say, and stuff like that. It's going to be a bit more friendly than the original Wan GP. Doesn't need a lot done with it, but there's a couple of things I definitely do want to do with it. I'm using Anti Grav to build this project, and I did also use it to build this little thing as well. So let's get to it. This is the Liberalia Photobooth. The Liberalia Photobooth works basically by making images. Basically, you can generate videos from the images. I think it will work with the image to video models. It definitely works with the VS models. It was particularly made for them. What you can do with it is that you can just load up an image from any video that you've got on your system and basically just snap it and then use it directly in a project. No need to go about fishing, you could say, for the saved file, because, well, once you've captured it, it will be loaded into the video. So let me show you what I mean. So we want this nice plasma lamp, and we want to get it at a nice angle. Just scroll through until you see the angle of the plasma lamp that you like, and then say, oh yeah, this works. Now, it won't work if you just click that. You have to click this first. I'm just going to clear, and by the way, if you have that in there, it'll literally send the landscape and the lamp both to the thing. You can do that, but technically they will still be saved on your hard drive. So if you're worried about losing them on your hard drive, you won't. You have to manually clear the output folder, like you do for one. Okay, so here we go. Snap frame, we've got the nice plasma lamp, and after that we can say send that to our project, and it comes up confirming that you've sent it to the project. Very simple little concept, but I think it will make your lives a bit easier for making videos from reference images. Now, as you can probably see, that prompt's nothing to do with that, but I'm only showing you the concept, not actually going to generate a video here with the thing. But it's very easy to use. Just do that, then after that, just input your prompt, whatever it is that you want, and then just I've got to do something about this computer. Just click generate. I'm sorry, that button is actually completely dead on the first release of the Photobooth. I'm aware of this bug, and I will get round to fixing it with the help of anti-gravity at some point. It's meant to be you could just open the Liberalia Photobooth and send the generated video through that you've already done. So like, for example, for this one, you've got this interesting video of someone eating some fish and chips with like a wolf standing in the background. My videos are quite strange. You can say open that in the Liberalia Photobooth, and the idea would be it would actually have sent that video to the Photobooth. It doesn't work, as you can see. That doesn't work. It hasn't done it. Either anti-gravity didn't quite get what I meant by that, I didn't explain it enough, or or I forgot to give it the info altogether, which is likely because I'm, autistic and ditzy, so I forget things a lot. I am just doing this as a side project. It may not be maintained that much in the future, but I would like to certainly try and maintain it to a point that would give you a pleasurable experience if I can. But do note, I don't have very good internet out here, so it probably won't be maintained that much. If you like a project and you're a good coder, feel free to take ownership, or not take ownership like take all the credits off it or anything, but like take ownership on maintaining it if you want. But that'll be totally voluntary and up to you if you want to do that. Otherwise, it mightn't get that many updates. Once I perfected it, I think it will be basically ready to go. It'll be basically ready for the version of Wan that it works in. This is the latest version of Wan GP. DeepBeepMeep works tirelessly on this software, so do give them support on GitHub and Discord if you're on there as well. He works incredibly hard to make this work for you. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll be the first one to absolutely confess it. Because you wonder what this fun cocktail Primarian is. Well, it's basically a separate workspace. I basically made fine tunes that are nothing more than just clones of Cocktail. However, I'm wanting to integrate this into Wantastic as a separate feature. This will officially have workspaces. Let me tell you a little bit about the Wantastic project and what I hope to do with it. Wantastic by Liberalia is an accessibility-focused fork of Wan GP built with warmth for everyone, especially autistic users and those on limited hardware or internet connections. This will not force you to download things like the original. It will ask you for each download. I know some of you are probably thinking, oh okay, that's going to take a bit longer and that's not maybe that convenient. Well, to people with bad internet connections, it's very convenient. And people like me who don't even have the internet every day, it's extremely convenient. And that's who this fork is aimed for. It says the bundle plugins will be Liberalia Photobooth, load generated video critical snapshot is relevant. If I end up making this on the snapshot, it does actually mean you would be getting these two plugins maybe already there as well, and these ones. So I need to look up the credits for these, and they'll need added among the bundled plugins. They'll be included with this one, if it's made from this snapshot. Depends how I make it. So, original Wan GP credits. It's absolutely beautiful that you've got the original Wan GP credits. Totally left as they were, because I did ask the AI to do that. I asked it to leave these as they are and basically bundle my credits at the top because it's my fork. So I haven't designed the software, I'm just building upon it. You can do that with open source software. So Liberalia, I'm not very good with licenses, but I do understand Anti Grav itself actually released this under something called the MIT license. I don't know what that means. I'm not very good with licenses, so but it's obviously some open source license where you can, I think, claim and improve it. I do understand Apache 2.0 is actually the best license, so I might at some point change it to Apache. I'm perfectly fine with this being completely open source. Perfectly fine with it. I built it with an AI in the first place anyway. It's just to make things a bit easier for you. That's all it's there for. But anyway, Wantastic. What have I got plans for Wantastic? What will be different? You'll have a complete customizability of the colours for this. Not just a light mode and a dark mode, which I'm sick of death of seeing on all these devices. None of these modes are good enough for me. The blooming dark mode just makes my eyes strain, and the light mode gives me migraines. So, stuff all these OSs that are just making these two modes. It's not enough. And I want everyone to hear it's not enough. I am going to go further. I'm going to make a completely customizable control colour palette that you can basically change these things to any colours that you like. And by default it will be something like this, I think. Which looks quite pretty. But you'll be able to change it to what you like. So if you don't like that, you maybe like these themes, like this dark blue one, or this, or the dapple white writing. You'll be able to sort of set that yourself. A little bit like you do in Silly Tavern. Like that. So that's quite ambitious on its own. The other most ambitious thing probably is the workspace idea. The workspace idea will be that when you load one of these models up, or just quick to basically say, alright, I want to use say thingy, well, but obviously these ones. So in your case it will be something like this fun cocktail. I'll click on a model you would have on your version, which would be, say, like in Vases 2. I'm trying to not get any of the duplicates, but I think all of mine are duplicates, so just pretend it says "There's fun cocktail" without the 2. Just pretend it says that without the 2, and you click on that, and basically it will come up with a special it'll flash up like a dialog box. I'm hoping it will do that, where it will say load a prompt, and you'll have all your recent prompts as workspaces. So you'll be able to say, oh, I'll go back to this project, I want to generate another one of these. So you'll click on that without having to go through the hell of finding the video that you've already made, loading it into this goddamn thing, and extracting the prompt from here. Without having to do all of that, you'll just be able to, almost as good as this, where I've got each thing in a different prompt, and all I've done is saved the UI. Now, one thing I want to also do as well, you've got these save settings as default box. I want this to be automatic on my build. So everything you do is saved as default automatically, but a backup of the old default is made so that you can restore the old default. I also wanted to have a backup of its default. So in theory, you could reset the whole thing if you get stuck. I want all these options to be available to you. I want less stress, more creativity, less bamboozling of your mind, more fun. Another thing that will be done is when you click in here on this box of the realistic greyhounds, you can click into here and it says Bucks Fizz and Lightning. Yeah, these are just like, fun little videos I was making. I'm not really going to do anything with them, but just playing with it really. I do a lot of playing with this thing. And the 2 realistic greyhounds on each square. Yeah. So basically, when you click this prompt box, sorry, I'm off the point here. When you click this prompt box, or it might be a button on my software instead of a box, this thing will open up big screen. It will have positive prompt at the top, negative prompt at the bottom. No need for, let me just show you this, all the way down blooming here. No need for this. Just a nice thing prompt there, negative prompt there, and then of course you'll have all your nag scales and all the rest of it. I don't know if it will end up removing that in my build. You might actually end up with 2 options for negative. So if you still like this one, you maybe want to use that one, but you'll have a much handier one in the prompt. Just click it, top prompt will be positive, bottom prompt will be negative. So you can just put in realistic greyhounds, each square to talk to each other, bang thing highlighted. Then I would put in the negative prompts that look like humans and stuff like that. So it's just animals that get generated. I think I'm gonna let him go home. He's been out a while. Poor fella. Okay. So yeah. All of this is just, the main generator itself, just making it more accessible, more friendly to you. Hopefully you like my products, and hopefully they don't have too many bugs. I'm gonna do my best to use my free quota on Anti Grav to write them as best as I can. Can't say how long that will take due to how many models I'll probably have to exhaust to get this project ready for you. I'm happy to use any of the coding models. They all seem to be as good as each other. I'm going to be honest, I've tried them all on Anti Grav. They're all great. The only one that's not great is GPT. It didn't even let me get started and said that the quota was reached. It didn't even have a quota on it. So maybe that one's not in the free suite. Just not in the free at all. But you've got Sonnet, Gemini Flash. I got a good lot out of that one. I wrote my photo booth with that one. Yeah, really good models. Gemini High, Gemini Low, they're quite new ones. They give you lower quotas, but still reasonably generous. Gemini Flash gives you a really nice quota. It's a good model. So yeah, I'm really pleased with I think it's going to be a valuable assistant for making little projects like this. because I don't just want to make Wan GP more friendly to autistic users. I'd like to eventually make a lot of the open source projects friendly to autistic users. Another one I could do with definitely being cut down a bit is Acestep. Acestep is, by the way, all this music in the background is Acestep. Do I like it more than Suno? I'm sorry to say no. I mean, absolutely not. You can't beat Suno as far as I'm concerned with the music quality. But Acestep shows that open source is getting there step by step, and I believe they're going to make it. I totally believe there's going to be a Suno replacement soon. That'll be offline, runnable on your own computer, and will generate marvellous stuff. It might even be Acestep 1.6. 1.6 might be miles better than 1.5. You know how hard they jump now. They don't just give a little leap. The next version's like a massive leap. If this leaps much more than what you're hearing here, you'll probably realise that this is going to be a Suno competitor. And this is why people are calling it a Suno killer and all the rest of it, but it's not there yet. But I can definitely see why it could become one. And that's the thing, potential is very important as well. By the way, I would really like to, in Wantastic, include flash attention out the box. I actually manually installed this, also using anti-gravity, so maybe not that manual. But I'd like to include this out the box, because Wantastic is going to be based a little bit on Red Tash's easy install Windows version of Wan 2.0 of Wan GP. I don't know if there's a way of porting it out of that fork yet, so that others, maybe like Linux users, would be able to run this as well. I'll have to look into all that stuff in due time. It's going to take some developing. Please remember, and I just want to emphasize this again, you could say disclaimer, I have severe learning difficulties and I'm lucky to be able to do what I'm doing. Don't expect me to be able to do much more. That's the only thing. This is totally voluntary. If you have any real problems with it, please report them in simple language, so I've got a chance to address them. You'll have to talk to me like I'm a young one, and that's just beyond. I know it may sound weird, but that's what you have to do with autistics and slower ones. So, I may need things pointed out and stuff, but don't bother pointing any code out because I don't know code. Just point out what needs fixed. Something I can prompt Anti Grav with and it'll try and fix it. Or something that I'll know how to make a prompt for Anti Grav to fix it. Hopefully there's a lot of you now using Anti Grav and really unleashing your power with it. I personally think it's better than Base 44. I have tried Base 44 and wasn't that impressed with it. I'm especially not impressed by the fact it didn't even let you download the stuff on their free quota. I was like, that's not much use. On here I can make products for myself and it runs off my desktop, so it's much better. I am interested in the open source version of anti-gravity as well. I bet it's got a long way to come, but very fascinating. I'd like to try it sometime. An open source anti-gravity. If you haven't heard of that project, it's called Open Anti-Gravity. It does exist and it's on GitHub. So, okay. Well, that's pretty much where I'm going to leave things for now. Hope that my products become useful to you. I'll do a full introduction video to Wantastic when I get the beta of it completed. I know this is labelled beta, but this is ahead of time. You can probably see this is not even changed at all. There's no extra options or anything on this one at all. But it's okay. it'll be morphed into Wantastic. And this will be a fork of Wan GP by DeepBeepMeep. See, DeepBeepMeep. Do give him support on both GitHub and Discord. I'm often on the server of Wan GP, so if you want to maybe have a chance of bumping into me, you might want to join that Discord server. I do have my own Discord server. I don't use it a lot, but I have put it on my GitHub account, and I would certainly see if someone was in it, because I'll get alerted. Last time I was just a load of flipping spam in it, so I hope I don't get any more of that. It's just a bit rubbish. Actually close to in my servers because of that, but I've kept my main one. It's nice that they've integrated Heart Muller into this as well. I've tried Heart Muller, and I have to say I'm not getting the same results out of it as other people. So maybe that's my problem. I don't know. With Acestep 1.5, it takes quite a lot to get the same results as other people out of it, but I can more or less do it with a good addition. I want to try Google Audio. It sounds interesting. I am going to try LTX2. I know a lot of you are into this one at the minute. It's almost like some of you were arguing it's almost like the offline Sora 2. I've used Sora 2. I think this is probably going to have a long way to come before it's an offline Sora 2, but once again, I believe it could get there. From what I've seen of it. I've never tried it myself though. Okay, I don't know this. It's a high pitched whining in this room. I'm very hyperacoustic as well. So I'll probably have to go. Thank you so much. I know it was a slightly longer video than I was planning. Hope you very much have enjoyed looking at my project. And take good care of yourselves. Enjoy generating if you use Wan GP. Hope you enjoy my photo booth. And also hope you're looking forward to first release of Wantastic. Hopefully coming soon. As long as me and Anti Grav can do it. I don't see why not. Anti Grav seems very confident. I'm not gonna lie, now I believe in it. Because Anti Grav made my photo booth absolutely no problem. So I'm like, oh yeah, it knows the WAN code. And one thing about Anti Grav, it actually researches the code and everything and learns it. It's really quite cool. If I could learn like that, I'd be able to do a whole lot more. Really is. So it's a really cool AI. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend trying it if you want to try and build something open source or an application or something. I definitely would recommend Anti Grav. It makes minimal mistakes in my experience. Okay. Goodbye, my friends.